Hi guys, welcome back to Kibo's Hope channel. For those who watched my previous video, you will know that I have just returned to LR recently after the seasonal tournament announced. So actually one day I was just scrolling around Facebook to check any newsfeed. So suddenly I saw that Legends of Runeterra posted something on it, so I clicked on it to watch the video.
So you've mastered the moves and pulled off big plays. Think you're on top of the world? Time to find out for sure. Get ready for seasonal tournaments. These tournaments are the apex of competition in Legends of Runeterra, exclusively for the best of the best, and supported fully in-game. At the end of every season, 1,024 players on each server shard will be able to compete for pride, glory, and a cash prize. There are two ways to qualify for a seasonal tournament: ranked and gauntlets. Be one of the top 700 ranked players on your server shard at the end of the season, and you'll automatically qualify for the tournament. Good luck climbing to the top and holding your spot. 324 more players can qualify by being the first to achieve 7 wins in the high-stakes Last Chance Gauntlet, which takes into account your performance in previous gauntlets throughout the season. Here's how it works. Get 7 wins on your first attempt at a weekly gauntlet to achieve a Prime Glory. Each Prime Glory you earn throughout the season up to 5 counts as an automatic win in the Last Chance Gauntlet. Be one of the first to complete the Last Chance Gauntlet with 7 wins to earn that final glory and qualify for the tournament. The more Prime Glories you have, the more likely you'll be one of the first 324 players to finish. So make sure to compete in a gauntlet each week. Between ranked and gauntlets, 1,024 players will make the cut and move on to the 2-day tournament. The first day kicks off with 5 Swiss rounds of best-of-3 matches to determine the top 32 players. These finalists advance to the second stage of the tournament to compete in a single elimination bracket, which will be broadcast to the Legends of Runeterra community. The victor will be crowned season champion and win the grand prize of $10,000. The first tournament begins in 2 months at the end of the Monuments of Power season. The first day of Swiss rounds will take place on December 6th, and the final bracket will take place a week later on December 13th. Whether you rise through ranked or take on gauntlets, if you've got the skill, you've got a shot. Seasonal tournaments are the ultimate way to prove you're the best in Runeterra and on the path to going pro. Everyone can compete, and it's anyone's game. Each season needs a champion, and that champion could be you.
So for this standard gauntlet, I just searched for some decks online and I got myself Alice Vi deck and Leona Lux deck, and finally I have my Fiora and Shen deck. So actually all these are copied from online. So at first we select the 3 decks to participate in this gauntlet. Then after that, the match normally starts with a pick and ban phase. As you can see, you will notice opponent's deck as well. You will mention the region and the champion. So I just select one of it, and then opponent will select one of mine to ban as well. Then after the ban phase, we just need to pick a deck to compete with our opponent. So for our first match, we are facing again Yasuo and Kama. So actually this game I put in my other video, so you can check it out. So here's one of the highlights.
No cure, fool.
So I'm playing a deck containing Fiora and Shen, while opponents is playing a deck containing Lee Sin and Diana. So actually we played till left a few cards and he surrendered after drawing a few spells. And we got our win. And for our third match, so actually we are facing a deck consists of Azure and Azure and Jinx actually, and I'm using the same deck against him. So same as the last match, both of us, our hand are not many cards actually. However, I managed to secure the win after killing his Azure.
These woods belong to us.
And then onto our fourth match, I'm changed to the deck using the Leona and Lux against the deck that consists of several Demacia and Ionia champions. So actually I managed to control the situation by consistently stun my opponent with Leona, and it helps me to reduce incoming damage taken. So since I got my final spark, I thought of using it, but before I can use my final spark on my opponent, then he surrendered. So currently our progress is quite smooth, and we are going to our fifth match. So actually for this match, I'm fighting against a Monsoon Armor deck. Both of us have same number of units and it's his turn to attack. So he uses the Intimidating Roar, which stuns all my 4 or less power units. And I guess I have misplayed wrongly at that turn. Since now I only can use one of my units to block. And because I'm still surprised, then both of us also spam quite a number of emotes before really ending the game. It's really kind of bad move from me, not anticipating that only card. And then we just proceed with it. So we lost our game 5. So normally when you lose a game, you still got one more chance. As you can see here, we still got one chance left. So for the next one, we must win. And for this, because I worried of Lee Sin and Diana being a strong deck, so I banned it. But at the same time, I'm hoping not to face the Hecarim set. And I choose the Lux and Leona deck for this game. Hopefully, I can win against it. So looks like we are facing against Hecarim and Z deck. So for this deck, I'm afraid that I might not be able to slow down their ephemeral units on the late game. So my intention is getting the low cost cards, and however I still get the same one. And luckily for me, he did not respond to anything, and it seems that he did. So eventually I won the game. So as you can see, once we won, it will get us back on track. So we left with 2 more wins to go. So game 7 same as well, opponents DC, and now we just need to win our last one to get our first Prime Glory. So for our final game, as usual, I ban the Lee Sin and Diana's. However, I'm afraid of on Anivia's as well. Against this deck, I'm hoping to deal as much damage as possible in the early game. Then that's why my hand cards need to have low cost. However, as you can see, I didn't manage to deal much damage in the early, and he managed to have 2 Anivia units on the field. However, luckily I noticed that my hand I got a card that can destroy the egg Nivea, which might settle my problem of having two Anivias at the same time. However, after that you notice that our Anivias level up, which will deal 2 damage to all enemies whenever he's attacked. All enemies and Nexus. Okay, so now my opponent summon the card that can revive an Anivia. So, which means that previously what I did is wasted. And at here, you notice that my opponent makes another Anivia, which means that he have 3 Anivia. And my hand, I only got 1 card that can obliterate one of their Anivia, which still better than none. So I played that card, hoping to destroy the Anivia, obliterate the Anivia. However, my opponent played a card which kills his Anivia, which means that we didn't manage to remove the Anivia from the game.
Time to reflect.
So it's really a very disadvantageous position for me. So as you can notice, the Anivia has been revived. So currently on that field have 3 Anivias, which means that each Anivia will cause 2 damage and you will have 6 damage even before combat. So my only option is to block Anivia first to gain some lifesteal.
Stay back.
Do your worst.
I noticed that at that time I thought Judgment will kill all Anivia, but I forgot that the Anivia will still revive on the next turn. So I was just checking around what other options do I have, because what I know is that my hand does not have enough resource to play against this bot. I wanted to save my unit, however it does not seem enough. And my opponent played a card which killed my unit, so I can't even kill their Anivias at one time. Kill his Anivia at one time. So I just heal up my Nexus, hoping to get some Celestial cards that might obliterate the Anivias. But for that card you need to have another Celestial card on hand as well. So I was thinking hard about this, and at last I just chose the Scorch. You can see this is the first 2 damage, the second one, and the third one. And finally he also ended me with the Anivia units as well, the 6 damage. And that's how my Gauntlet ends, my week 1 Gauntlet ends. and here it is, our 6 win gauntlets, and we did manage to get our prime glory. So for our second week, I just copy a deck from online and played with it, since it's a single gauntlet, which means that each deck only can have 1 unit of each type. So I played, and as you can see, I lost my first match, and for the second match I lost it as well. So this marks the end for my both weeks gauntlet, and I didn't get a single prime glory. So thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.